And in this box we've got a new Magneto, which hopefully today will be installing over there. And I say hopefully because the weather doesn't look promising. Clouds come from that direction. The wind's blowing straight at me. Actually, the wind isn't blowing right now, which could be the calm for the storm. So, nothing really showed up in radar. So it might just be clouds that aren't raining. Looks like we have some spickle spatters here. Alright, so I'm going to take I think, to get to the air shroud and the motor, the easiest thing to do. Actually, let's investigate right now. So I need to get under the motor's air shroud. And, I'm curious, yeah, see that hex key looks really screwed up there. Very rusted. That's the drive shaft pulley. There's another one. That might be able to come off. That's really rusted. That might be a hard time. So, removing the motor would probably be a lot harder than take everything off around it. So it looks like I have to take these two bolts out. And I see a bolt here and a bolt here. And it looks like that's all that holds the front on. That's really sturdy for all that holds the front on. And oh man, the flywheel thing is bigger than the air shroud, so I'll have to take that off, it looks like. And I probably have to take the starter off too. Let's see what we can do. And just for fun, I gotta check the oil because I love that dipstick. How's the oil looking? Oil's looking exceptional. Clean and at the perfect height. Oops. Can't for the life of me find that nut, but I learned my lesson. Alright, this time I only lost the washer. Alright, I found the other nut and I found the two lock washers that fell, which I didn't even know I lost one of them. Man, this guy loved his lock washers. Which, I would not put a lock washer in a way that pinches two metals together. So, in reality, when I put this thing back together, I'm probably going to head down and get another bolt, or get another nut, and use two nuts against each other. Now, here a lock washer's okay, because there's no moving parts. The guy did this before. He put lock washers on the governor, like the parts that are supposed to rotate. His heart was in the right place, but he wasn't doing the right thing. And to be nice to the guy who was doing this, I do agree with his washer. The two washers separated between it because that puts less grind on the metal, which I honestly would have never even thought of doing that if I didn't see this guy doing it. This part's going to be pretty hard to get that off. I either have to take the front axle off so I can get under here, because I'm not fitting a socket under there. There's not enough clearance. Or I have to hope I can get it with the adjustable wrench. If I had an ordinary wrench, like crescent wrench thing or whatever, you know, that would be ideal. But you know, I don't. I might have like one or two, and honestly, if I do, I don't know where they're at. I don't have a set, that's for sure. I mean, that's my tools. So I have another toolbox, but I keep all my sockety type things in here. You know, if I was replacing every bolt in here, I would have replaced them all at grade 8. It's not necessary, but I mean, if you're gonna do it, go for the big thing. It's not that expensive. But you know, in that way I am two opposites, because I like to I like to make things way overkill strong, but then I also like to push things way past their limits from what they're built to do and what they should be able to do. And those are two big opposites of my personality. I have to actually jack this thing up or something. I guess I could probably lift it. Wait, no I can't. I forgot this thing's really heavy. And I thought this thing looked like a train before I took the hood off. That just, to me, seems so train-like. If this thing actually performs well in the mud, its name's going to be the Mud Train. Little sneak peek preview thing. It's going to be the Mud Train, if it can get it to go through mud well. Huh. That's so weird. So the flywheel's pulley starter thing has to come off for a shroud to come out. And I do not need to take the starter off, it looks like. But I will have to move it to get this belt off. That'll be easy. Alright, ready for set one to tighten and one to loosen. Alright, now can I loosen this bastard? Yeah, I just equally torque one, I untorque the other. Alright, that wasn't easy. That guy replaced this bolt too? Huh. Huh. Wow. Man, that looks like a big version of that motor. Looks like a big version of that motor now. Don't want to break that rusty spring. Ah, there we go. There's some big unbolty thing here. What's the dealio with that, huh? I'm not used to there being a big unbolty thingy here. Oh, that's the thingy where the bearing goes in. Oh yeah, Magneto magnet's really strong, so yeah, it's got plenty of strength. And here's our rusted out Magneto. I was questioning if this weird ass thing was actually a socket, but this is the one thing it actually fits. Its socket size apparently is, wow, that's small. There's the replacement. It's non-OEM and it's concerningly different. One of the annoying things is it has a quick connect for the kill wire, and there's no extra wires going to it. I'm assuming it grounds straight to the blobber darp, which does make sense. Actually, this one's got wires going to it, and then the kill wire comes off here. So shroud definitely has to come off at some point because I don't just have a quick connect laying around. I'll have to rig some kind of wire up to it so I have an emergency kill, but with the new guy, there is no spark. Nobody is home. And I tried shorting that wire at the ground, still no spark, nobody home. Guess I'll try removing it now. So this thing's making voltage, but barely. Maybe it's a poor ground connection. I guess I could test that by putting the spark plug right to the end here. Coil's on backwards now. Sparking good. the compression feels normal on this thing. Everything seems hunky-dory, but as you can see, it's not running right. It wants to fire in reverse direction. So maybe the flywheels got rotated the wrong way. Anything I can think of. The problem must be valve related or something, because I had, when it was all running good, I had 25 PSI compression. I would peak out at 25. I got way more compression than I had before, and I don't think that's a good thing.